Authentication and authorization are often used interchangeably. In small systems, that confusion doesn't always hurt. In large platforms, it's one of the fastest way to create security gaps, inconsistent behavior, and painful audits. In this video, I'll explain the difference, not in theory, but in how real systems actually work. A common assumption is if a request has a valid token, it must be allowed. That assumption feels reasonable, and it's wrong. Understanding why it's wrong is the key to designing a clean, scalable authentication systems. Authentication answers a single question: who is making this request? At this stage, the system validates a token, establishes identity. This usually means verifying the issuer, the signature, and the basic claims. Importantly, authentication does not decide what caller is allowed to do. It only establishes who is the caller. Authorization is a separate step. It evaluates whether this authenticated identity is allowed to perform a specific action on a specific resource. This decision is contextual. It depends on things like scopes, roles, claims, and the API being accessed. Authorization is not about identity, it's about the permission. In a well designed platforms, authentication and most authorization checks happen at the gateway or platform layer. By the time a request reaches a backend service, identity and access have already been validated. This allows the service to focus on business logic instead of repeating security decisions. Clear boundaries reduce duplication and prevent subtle inconsistencies across teams. When authentication and authorization are mixed or pushed too deep into services, a few things tend to happen. Access rules become inconsistent across APIs. Security reviews become difficult because policies are scattered, and audit turns into expensive manual exercises. These problems usually don't appear immediately. They show up as systems grow. A simple mental model helps here. Authentication establishes identity. Authorization makes a decision. Keeping those responsibilities separate and enforcing the boundary is what allows platform to scale cleanly. Now that we are clear on authentication versus authorization, the next question is where tools like Envoy fit into this flow and where they don't. That's what I'll cover in the next video. This is system boundaries.